See how dim I can. You know what? I need to get that lamp. You know what? I need to get my salt lamp going too. Like I saw the bulbs. The bulbs are like in a separate place. So weird. Let's see how that works. Like, oh shit. Hello guys, it's High Priestess Jamila. How come ain't nobody? Oh, y'all have been hitting the thumbs up. Hi, sweetie babies. Hi, hey. We got Jacretia in the house. We got Shantae85 and Lady Vaughn. What's up, y'all? Hold on a second. Hello, guys. It's your girl. Oh, my goddess. You know what? I hope I'm able to cover everything tonight. I don't know, man. It might take a couple of lives. But we got to talk, ladies. We got to talk. Because, you know, I don't want nobody to misunderstand me at all. So I am prepared to bare my soul. Seriously. So I'm gonna let the build up come because let's give it a couple of minutes because I want to listen to a couple of songs. Yeah, let's talk, you guys, because I know I pissed a lot of people off yesterday. I triggered a lot of people in the spiritual community when I was talking about Belial. I want to just keep listening. I ain't about to tell you what I'm gonna talk about today. I ain't gonna just keep telling y'all. If y'all want, y'all gotta really listen. Okay, listen. What's up, Janice? Hey, sister. Oh goodness. Okay, y'all. Some reason Spirit wanted me to burn some ancestor money. Oh my goddess. So y'all, you know what? Let me tell y'all something. When I get in my feelings, boy, I can really piss people off. So when I was talking about Belial, and I was talking about my issue with Belial, that is because I have a past life history with that entity. Hold on a second. So, when I was talking about Belial, there was quite a few people that was like, bitch, that's my daddy. You know what I'm saying? That's like, you bitch. You know what? That's okay though, because I'm your mama. Like, literally, I believe that me and that deity created many children together. And so I have a past life history with Belial and a couple of other spirits. Like, it's been a lot. It's been a lot. But I'm gonna have to ask the spirits, where do I begin with this? This song is the perfect distraction, almost like love. So, your past life, that's what I'm going to talk about today, and talk about my past life in particular. Like, I'm going to get real personal, too, with the shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to get real personal with it. In my past life, I've been a badass, bad girl. I've been evil in quite a few of my previous lives. Very selfish, spiteful. I didn't give a fuck about nobody. Fuck you. In a few of them. And you know what? I've went back and forth. My most recent 3 lives. But the entity Belial is very, very triggering to me, because my relationship with that entity goes back so very long. And I can tell you that I feel deep in my heart that he is brought to me so much pain and suffering, but then a lot of pleasure too. But the problem is that, in a few of my lifetimes I was his wife. In a few of my lifetimes. And this is a demon. This is an evil entity. Belial does not fucking joke around with you. He will tell you how evil he is. But he's very, very kind to his family. Like his people, his children. So he kind of goes back and forth. He tries to have this daddy-daughter relationship with me. And I don't feel that he's like my father, because the relationship that I have with Belial is sexual. And it's not just sexual, it involves rape and many, many lifetimes of pain and suffering. So y'all have to understand me too. Okay, and in this lifetime, yes, Janice, because we are one, to be honest with you. You know what I'm saying? I ain't even gonna lie to you. Especially when it comes to women. So I've manifested myself I believe in most of my lifetimes I've manifested myself as a man. I'm sorry, as a woman. Most of my lifetimes I've been a woman. I've only manifested myself as a man in a few lifetimes, and it was a very short life. So, and I think the times that I did manifest myself as a man, it was sort of a mistake. Hold on, y'all. All right, y'all, I'm back. So, that is what's up with that. But what I wanted to talk about is some of the experiences that I've had being Belial's, and just a couple of other demons wife past life wife. First of all, there was rape. Okay, as early as 5 years old. I began to masturbate at the age of 5. I told y'all I was gonna bare my soul, so y'all better get ready for the shit. And so, thinking back on those experiences, this is the reason why I am seeking liberation from these particular demons, and that's why I always talk about them. And they seem to try to get in through various sources, even through some of my sister witches, and in many other. They don't need you to get in, to be honest with you. I'm just gonna keep it real with you. But I never forget, this was probably about 12 or 11 years ago, was when the first time as an adult that I had a experience with being pulled physically into another realm. If people would have came in my house, I would have been gone, because they were able to move my entire physical body somewhere, and I brought shit back with me. So I've talked about this often. So Belial is saying that it was him. So this is the reason why that deity is always able to trigger me. And so I was pulled into another realm, and I was raped. I was actually sodomized in another realm. It looked like downtown Kansas City, but it was filled with all this black smoke. And it must have been the end of the world, because it was really weird. And so, probably what some of y'all don't know about Belial is that he's a very lustful demon, filled with lust, but not love. Not really love. I'm not even really going to talk about some of the lifetimes and what I did when I manifested in those lifetimes. I would probably tell that to my sister witches, but I will tell y'all a little bit as far as what I've experienced with Belial. And then just other demons, that, because I don't believe that this is necessarily Lucifer. Lucifer is a feminine spirit. Lucifer is a woman. Satan is a woman. Okay, just to let y'all know, Satan is a woman. Satan is not a man. So Satan is very different from Belial, but Belial would like to be Satan. So that's why he's mentioned in the Bible. And I'm gonna be very respectful, because I do realize that there are some Satanists that are following me, and you guys have your own beliefs, and I'm gonna respect those beliefs. But I do want to let y'all know that I do have a history with this entity, which is why it cuts so deep for me. And the things that I've experienced, first of all, that entity does create obstacles in my love life. He possesses all of my lovers. He doesn't like the image of a lot of my lovers, because Belial looks like a demon. It is a demon. It don't look like George or Henry. You know what I'm saying? It looks like a demon, but it's very seductive sexually. The experience that I had where I bought something back with me, and he's claiming that he healed me of stomach cancer, is what he's claiming. He's been speaking to me all day. He's been making all these claims about me. But I have to remember that he'll say anything to get in, because he is a liar, because I am actually a healer. So it like if I a cancer and all of those diseases are demons and entities that take over the body and destroy it. So if I manifest myself, whether it's a black woman or a white woman or an Indian woman, I know that I have that inner ability to heal. Most of us do. A lot of us has been oppressed or suppressed a little bit more than others, but for me, so I feel that he's lying to me. I feel that because what I hear over and over again is, you belong to me, you are mine, I gave you your power, and it's bullshit because he didn't. Because, and so, because I remember a time where I existed without this demon. Okay, this was like an alien invasion or some shit. Okay, and so, and there's many, many aliens. I mean, we could all say that hell, I feel like an alien sometimes, to this planet. So, but I know that I will show respect for Mother Earth. I'm not going to disrespect her. So, anyway, there was one experience that I had with a demon. I had just moved into a house. It was a duplex, actually, over in Lee Summit, Missouri. Now that I think back, that place was haunted, the location. But haunted places have many portals inside of them. It depends on who built the house, what happened to the house, and where the house is built. So I was pulled. I went to sleep. I never forget. I went to sleep. The kids were not with me, thank God. They were actually with my mother. At the time, I don't know what it was, but, I think my mother was like 3/4 of the way there, sort of, you know. And so the kids were with, there I go belching. The kids were with my mother. And I laid down and went to sleep. It was really a beautiful place. I've lived in some beautiful houses that I've really liked. And I had bought this furniture, and it was so pretty because it was like these pearl pillows. It was just really pretty furniture. And so I laid down and went to sleep, and I got pulled into this world, and instantly I just know that it was definitely a demon. It was a demonic male. It had a phallus. It was definitely a male energy. I know the difference typically. I can be fooled, but I know the difference. Okay. There's a difference. So this entity takes me into this other world and literally rapes me, sodomizes me, actually. And the way that my mind was seeing it, I saw it like, I knew that I was being raped. Like, that just was obvious, like when I was having this experience. And all I could see was a tornado. It was very powerful. And I was helpless. But at the same time, how did it feel sexually? It just felt like I was being taken. It's very different from when you have sex with your boyfriend. It's very different. But sometimes it can be similar, because I've had men that have made me feel that way at some point during the sexual experience, but the way that he just took me, it was obviously rape. And when I came back to, I had to go to the bathroom. And I'm not joking with you, what came out of me was blood. It was just blood. I wasn't sick. There was nothing wrong with me. It was weird. It was bright red. I've never told this story before, but I told you I was bearing my soul. So fuck what, I don't care if you, because this, this is important. So it wasn't my blood. It was this demon's blood. I think it was its semen, because semen can have many different colors. Anyway, I went to the bathroom, and I've always felt like there was a few times that I felt that I may have had stomach cancer, but I've always felt that I beat it. But I don't feel that healing powers are demonic. They can be, but it just depends. So, as a healer, I am a healer. My essence is that of a healer. You know what I'm saying? So, but I just think that that particular demon, which I believe is Belial, I really do. And I think that's why that particular demon triggers me so much to the point where I want to banish him. And, so I'm not telling you as a witch to not work with him, but me and that particular entity have a history with each other. And so if one of my sister witches was to say, "Hey, I was thinking about working with Belial," I would say no, call to Lilith or Hecate. I would not say to go to Belial because he cannot be trusted. He cannot be trusted. All he wants is to be fed. That's all he wants. Um, there have been many lifetimes that I've experienced with Belial, and a few lifetimes, especially some of the earlier ones, like in the middle, in between, sort of, where I kind of lost my way, where he, kept coming for me, but I would fall in love with different men on the planet because I feel like I'm an earth angel. And I feel like Belial exists in my life interdimensionally, but I do feel like there was a time where he did pull me into his dimension. He did. And he has done it. There have been times where, and I think he wants me to manifest myself in the next lifetime with him, is what he wants. So he's always manifested himself in my love life in particular, because he has, first of all, I've been a witch in most of my lifetimes, and see, that's going to be different definitions for different people. It depends on what I was doing in that lifetime, but it was pretty similar. Okay, it all had the same. Well, at the basis of it, it was survival, but then it was, it's evolved since then. My existence. So there was a few lifetimes that I was where I submitted to this demon, and I submitted to the will of his evil ways. Just a few. Like most of my lifetimes, I was good. There's been just 2 or 3, maybe 4 or 5. Mm-mm. You talking about demons? You talking about Belial? Belial, he can manifest himself as anything. Even if you were on the planet of the Coneheads, where they had sex by putting their hands together and putting on sensor rings, he could probably still manifest himself there. So, however it is that we have sex in this particular reality, first of all, the way that we have sex on Earth, I feel that in all of my lifetimes, that's how it's went down. Okay, I feel like in all of them, that I have, because Earth is another plane of existence. You never know where you existed within the galaxy. It may not have always been Earth. In fact, I feel as though some of my spirit guides created Earth because our planet was under some kind of attack, or it was dying. And I feel that different planets get created. And it's not necessarily a second Earth, but there's other planets beyond Earth, just to let y'all know. And yes, they are being populated. I do feel like a lot of us might end up going there, but Earth is, even though Earth was created by us, the universe, the omniverse, even though she was created by us, she still has her own mind. So Earth is very powerful. So I believe that she's a force to be reckoned with, essentially. But interdimensional beings, and then also physical beings that travel throughout space, do want to destroy Earth. And so she's very powerful within her own right. Okay. But going back to what I was talking about, do I believe that spiritual rape is some kind of creation of a universe somewhere else, possibly? But I know that in my human form and in my soul, I feel very, very cheated of a life in this life for some reason. I think it was because of my twin flame, or either lovers, that I wanted to be with one person. I wanted to be monogamous with this one person. I felt very balanced with this one person. So that's why through this lifetime, I've always fantasized about a monogamous relationship. Okay, now other women, those women are seeking healing. But as far as with a man, monogamous with that man, just only him. There was a couple of lifetimes where Belial would force me to cheat on my husband. And in one of my most recent lifetimes, I was a witch and I cheated with my husband's brother. Okay, is what Spirit is telling me. I cheated with my husband's brother and my husband killed me. Now he is hexed. If he's here in this lifetime, this man is hexed. This soul is hexed because Belial hexes him, because I think that what was happening was maybe there was a distraction or something. He had been planning to kill me for quite some time for some odd reason. But I cheated and he killed me. He said he killed me because I cheated on him. And he was very jealous. And, my answer to him was as far as to why I cheated. And he was a political man, so he felt very embarrassed by me because it was with his brother. I still loved him and respected him and cared about him, but he asked me why, and I basically told him the devil made me do it, bitch. The devil made me do it. It was a moment of weakness to where I was compelled to do it. No. What are you talking about? So that was just one aspect. That's like a small fraction of my spiritual wisdom and understanding is that experience. But that experience for some reason in this lifetime affects me a lot. Okay. Hey, come get your baby because I'm smoking in here. You cannot have a cigarette, baby. Where's my wine in my wine glass? I got to have another drink, y'all. This is deep. I'm feeling kind of a head rush coming on. So, Belial feels as though, even if I got married, he would make me cheat on my husband, and especially, so the issues that I've ran into is that most of the men that I deal with will not allow themselves to be possessed by their spirit. So I am kind of like a black widow. You got to be really strong spiritually to fuck with me. That's why I have so many issues in my love life. Because of that, you know what I'm saying? And he is, this is a very, very jealous for me. He may manifest himself differently for some of you, but so witches, especially earth witches, they are considered to be nymphs. So this is the reason why this particular demon, as well as a few other, will present themselves to witches, especially when you manifest your witchy power, they will present themselves to you, and they'll, and if you don't submit to whatever fuck shit they doing, then, then they will attack. They will attack. So it wasn't that people were attacking me. Last night, I was actually being attacked by Belial last night and a few other ones. And but the main one was him. And the way that you counteract him is the Valerian root. Hold on a second, I'll be right back. When are y'all gonna cook? So this is the reason why I'm so triggered by that particular demon. Will I ever submit to that demon? No, because in the lifetimes that I existed, I was that's why I always say a lot of y'all are dealing with past life regressions, because there's been a few lifetimes far back where I was pretty hateful and evil. And it wasn't hateful in a way where I was hateful to the people around me or to my family or people that I loved and cared about, but I was hateful in a way to where I didn't give a fuck about nobody. I wasn't the way that I am now. Certainly. What in the heck? So wait a minute, y'all. This is so weird because I had. Okay, now they're moving shit around, y'all. Hold on. Just a second, honey. Oh shit. Girl, you okay? That wasn't. She's closing the door. Okay, I was making sure she didn't get hit by the door. Okay, y'all, I'm back. Another reason why I don't really like Belial is because he attacks my children. Okay, and he attacks every single one of my husbands and boyfriends. Everybody has always said that they felt something pushing them away from me, and that was him. And it's because he doesn't have the same, what we value as respect. He doesn't. So there's been a few lifetimes where, he's made me cheat on my husband, and he was very, very hurt. Or he's killed them and destroyed them. So that's one of the reasons why I don't like to why I wouldn't work with that deity. If you want to work with him, that's fine. But what I will tell you is that he is definitely a trickster. And for me, I have, my essence is that of peace. You know what I'm saying? But there's been many. So there was this one particular lifetime where I was going through a lot in that life, especially with, this man that I was dealing with. And so my spirit was angry. And I reincarnated myself into a family. So, that's why I'm kind of, I don't know, I had to think about that for a second, because my only sense is how do I survive as a spirit. But I manifested myself into a family, and I did some very bad things. I managed to manifest myself to get revenge on this person. Okay. And so basically what happened was that he killed me, and then I managed to rebirth myself into his family bloodline to get revenge on him. And so it was basically to where I was born through him, and then I killed him. So that's where I have that daddy daughter complex type of situation, because in one of my lifetimes I killed my father after seducing him. Yeah, that was the past. Do not judge me. Yeah, I murdered people in the family, and I was going through things. And so I paid for that lifetimes ago. But these things do tend to come back to haunt you. So I have a very complicated past when it comes to that. But I am not that person. And the reason why is because I am a spirit that has human experiences, essentially. But my spirit is very wise. So, there was a time when I was a brand new spirit. You know what I'm saying? And as I've manifested myself over and over again, I've had different experiences. And so, this is one of the reasons. So it's very complicated when it comes to this particular entity, because this entity, I feel, has haunted me in a lot of my lifetimes. You know what I'm saying? And it's war now with this particular entity, because the energy behind it is that it wants to own me. So I came into this world chained to a demon trying to be unchained. What spirit is telling me that that it's been within, probably, I would estimate it between maybe 4 to 6 lifetimes that I've been chained to that particular entity or demon. And in every lifetime except for one, I defeated that particular entity. And a lot of the times, the way that I had to defeat it was I had to seduce it. So Belial, a lot of people think of Belial because, and it is Belial, and he's had different names. One of them in particular is Ben and Benjamin, and then also Kyle, Lyle, Belanstro, shit like that. And so this name Belial, it rings bells in me. And so that's why I'm so against that particular demon. And so a lot of y'all are like, well, that's my daddy. Don't disrespect my father. A lot of you guys. So I have to remember that. But at the end of the day, I think that spirits evolve, people grow, and people change. And then the times change. So, I've been explaining to this demon for so long, and I didn't really realize that because, it's been over, a lot of my life, this particular entity. And so, back when I didn't know my own power, I was very open and susceptible to this demon. And yeah, you know, as far as with the with sex and everything, with when it comes to sex, um, that demon is constantly trying to have sex with me, constantly. Even when, so sometimes I have to remember that it will use ex lovers, but at the end of the day, a lot of my lovers have begun to carry on the characteristics of certain demons, and it's very disheartening because it's a past life thing, and it does complicate things. So for example, if I get married, it will do something to lead me to cheating on my husband. So it kind of takes that demon whore thing to the next level, but I'm not a whore at all. In fact, a lot of my lifetimes I've fallen in love, and I've only wanted that one person, and have been heartbroken because of the things that either he's done. Typically, the way it's been is he would cheat on me first, and then I would cheat on him. So it would create like this devastation and this heartbreak, which is the reason why in this lifetime I'm the chariot, because I believe, but it's almost like you leave these burning bridges behind you, don't you? And even though you have gotten past that person, you're still with that person. So, and I think that this has affected my lovers, and then also these demons sort of holding people hostage and then possessing them. And so it's been extremely scary for me, being connected with this dark energy. But at the same time, I think that we all are, because I'm not the only person. And I'm really not fucked up about it, to be honest with you, because I'll tell you in your face, especially if you a spiritualist, I have the right to move on from my past life. You don't have the right to judge me because of that. So, because I've, what, the one thing though that I've never done is I've never harmed children. But when you think about it, everybody is somebody's child. So I've harmed other people. And I'm not gonna get real deep into, y'all, if I told y'all some of the things that I've manifested as, y'all be scared as fuck of me. So I'm not even gonna get into that. But what I can tell you is that it's a very complicated, and I've had people try to simplify even my love life. It's very complicated. You cannot simplify my love life. You can't just chalk it up as this or that. I've manifested myself in so many different, like, race don't even have nothing to do with it. I've been a white woman with red hair before. I've been a white woman with brown hair. I've been a black woman with nappy hair. I've been a white woman with nappy hair before. So I've been Indian. I've been Asian. I've been a lot of different races. Hold on a minute. Do Yeah, man, put that on. I'm ready to eat. I'm ready to eat some meat. Come on, Daniela. You wouldn't be scared of me. You know what, guys? I am not going to get into that. But what I will tell you is that I have been somewhat of a vampire in one of my previous lives. I've been a vampire. That's why I manifested and it was not that long ago. Because I would eat you. I would eat you. Literally, I would eat your ass. So, yeah. But that was then. This is now. It's, and then so you got spiritual energies that are just like, and especially this particular entity, I actually was put to death by this particular entity, and I know that he was responsible for it, even though he keeps lying about it. I was persecuted because I fell in love with a man. So I was persecuted because of that in one of my previous lives. And so I was put to death. And I fell in love with the man that fell in love with me was another woman's husband. And she was real needy and insecure. She still stalks me a little bit, but I just banish her. She was real needy and insecure even in that lifetime. And that spirit still possesses people sometimes and stalks me. Sometimes. Yeah. Thank you, pretty and intuitive. Thank you. I'm sorry I ain't been paying attention to y'all because I've just been talking. But, I'm not necessarily explaining myself, but I will tell you that, my original connection with this earth. But here's what I want to tell you. There are a lot of people that are influenced by the Bible. Never in my lifetime have I laid down with my children in that way, sexually. Never. So that's where, but other than that, if I came across a male, in the wild, so that's why I have these flashbacks of having sex under a tree, and so that's why I want to have sex under a tree in this lifetime. Sometimes I have fantasies about. Now, there are some of my fantasies that are very dark that I don't tap into, which do have to do with that very dark demonic energy. But Belial, my relationship with him is that he only wants to make other men jealous. There's another entity which I believe is Asmodeus. Okay, and Asmodeus, I feel like I've dealt with Asmodeus before in the previous life too, but he liked to see me have sex with other people. So in this lifetime, if I were to fantasize about having sex with a lot of different people at once, it would be because of Asmodeus. Belial is more so very possessive. So he doesn't want me to have anybody. In fact, he wants to possess other people, but at the same time, he's got kind of a cuckoldish energy to him a little bit. He wants me to cheat on him at the same time. So it's so weird. But then he's violent. Hey, you want some of this? She must have a headache like I do, but this is different. Did you already give her some of this? Did you already give her some Tylenol? Not yet, no. Oh, okay. Because she asked for it. You smart baby. You must have another tooth coming in, huh? Yeah, I don't think, Mom, she don't need none. Wisdom teeth coming in. No, she wanted some, so I gave her a dose. Huh? She teething. She is teething. Hold on a second, guys. I'll be right back, okay? Okay. You said my child's sperm donor built a whole other life with another woman all the while I was with him, then left after our daughter turned 1.5. Oh, wow. So, um, now as far as with what I was talking about when I went into a family and seduced my own father, that was many lifetimes ago. That was, and I was sick with revenge, and I was, just to let y'all know, and the next lifetime I will be. And to be honest with you, I'm already manifesting the next lifetime because people don't really know what that means. It depends on how you feel about death. This particular demon tries to tell me that he gave me my powers of immortality, and things of that nature. But here's the thing that I always say: if you are constantly manipulating each lifetime that I have, then what is the point of me living? Is what I've told him. There would be not much point if you are constantly, manipulating shit around me and creating pain and suffering in my life. So, this is one of the reasons why, in this lifetime, when I was younger, especially when I was a teenager and in my early 20s, I would be very close to suicide if my boyfriend would reject me. Like, just say the slightest thing to me, I would be ready to kill myself. So, and that wasn't good, you know what I'm saying? And, then my children came in at around the age of 23 and saved my life. So that's why I always say that my children are good. They're angels because of, the experience with that. And, these demons, they don't like my children. They don't like my children. You know what I'm saying? Like, this particular set of demons, they like. And so the one thing that I can tell you is that in previous lives, I've always had children and I've always went through this struggle and I've always came out of it. But it was one lifetime where my husband was able to kill me. And he's still haunted to this day by these particular demons. And I really want them to let him go too, because I forgive. You know what I'm saying? Because I know that the devil made him do it. You know what I'm saying? Because he was so jealous and so taken by thinking about another man having sex with me, and then I was real evil with it. I told him, I said, I fucked your brother and it was good. And he just said, bitch, you dead, and killed me. You know what I'm saying? Seriously. And I was being an evil, spiteful bitch. I had a lot of power back then too. I remember. I had a lot of power. He killed himself shortly afterwards. He regretted what he did ever since that day. He regretted it because I haunted the fuck out of him. So that's how I know that when, if I leave my spiritual form, I'm going to haunt you. I'm going to haunt you. Just like Gabriel haunts motherfuckers right now. Okay, Gabriel Fernandez. That's why that little boy is so significant. He's a poster child for the spirits. He got high rankings in the spirit realm too. You know what I'm saying? And so, yeah. And he was torn between, that little boy had a lot of lifetimes. This one was one of them. It reminds me of one of my lifetimes where I was born as a boy, but I was killed at a very young age. So many of my lifetimes I've been a woman, but there's only been like a few. And when I say a few, when you magnify that by existence and time and how long we've actually been here, this can come up to maybe about, I guess you could say maybe 200 or 2,000 times, because I'm seeing the number 2. So it's been a couple of times but as far as the universe's calculations, that number gets bigger. And so the few lifetimes that I've been a male, I've been killed. You know what I'm saying? Which is very interesting that I would be living during a time that women are more so put to death, because y'all know, especially our Chinese connection, even over here, but this is just another, because they would, this was lifetimes ago, thousands of years ago, where they would put little girls to death because they, first of all, men can be very limited in their beliefs. Women create, men destroy for some reason, and it's been that way for the longest. It's been one of the most famous spiritual wars, this war between light and dark, which I guess they're trying to say is masculine and feminine, but we've seen men that are born in the same energy as myself. Okay, which as a female spirit, it's very different. I was, and I've always said that I was Ma Barker in a previous life, and a lot of people have probably said that I was crazy for that, but ever since I connected with her story, just instantly I said, I used to be her. And it ain't just her story, it's just her energy. It's just, so I was her in a previous life, and a couple of others that I'm not going to say because, but I will tell you, Marie Laveau, feel like I was her in a previous life too. A lot of people say, bitch, no, you wasn't. You know what I'm saying? So that's why we don't go there. We don't go there. Oh, thank you, Anti-Eddie. Oh, goodness. There is nothing more that gets you close to the gods than having sex. So sex is that's why I always often talk to y'all about sex. A lot of people, when you start talking about sex, a lot of you automatically connect with this very deep, dark, demonic side when it comes to that. You know what I'm saying? And so we're not even gonna go there. But for me, it let's just put it like this: it's never been necessary, and it never will be necessary for me to mess with no little kids or my own family members. I just don't do things like that. Other than that, and that don't come from Belial, I don't believe. That comes from Asmodeus. So you got to be careful when conjuring Asmodeus. A lot of people that are under Asmodeus's influence, commit incest and shit like that. So, because that's the demon of lust. Me personally, I don't need the demon of, I was going to say the demon. I'm drunk, y'all. I don't need the demon of lust for me to have good sex. I don't need a demon. Like, why they always say it's demons? Like, first of all, if you want to talk about the earth god, this earth god that Christians talk about, who is Father Pan. Father Pan is an entity. They say that he's a demon. And so many of us, when it comes to sex, what we connect with is that demon, at least for me, because I love having sex out in the woods and out in the rain. If we having sex out in the rain, that's so those are the energies of Father Pan, and so he does like for me to go out when it's raining butt naked. He loves it. He absolutely loves it. Thank you, baby. My baby came and gave me the staff. Thank you, sweetie pie. So, Father Pan is the horned god, but they get him confused. This particular Father Pan is nature. He's a nature god, okay? And so there has been a lifetime where all I had to do was fucking, eat fruit most of the time, and sometimes we would eat fish, and we would hunt, but I ate a lot of fruit and I had a lot of sex, and it's all I had to do all day was have sex. So I've definitely been connecting with that one because that one is a good one. When certain things like the Industrial Revolution moved in, this was when, because they've been building houses since the beginning of time, huts and houses and things like that. So we don't need, the technology and the Industrial Revolution, because technology is what keeps us. It's what moves us ahead, but it's also what keeps us connected to the past. Okay, because there are certain frequencies that they have to create and produce for us to even get on the internet. And it just so happens that those frequencies are satellite, and it connects us to other dimensions. And other dimensions include time. So, we're always time traveling, always. Everybody is capable of time travel because the past, the present, and the future is always going to exist. Yeah. Okay. So when it comes to Belial, which is kind of like, you know, he's like the source of all evil and shit. You know what I'm saying? His he tries to tell me that I'm his daughter. I'm just gonna keep it fucking real with y'all. He tries to tell me that I'm his child. Why do you want to have sex with your child if I'm your daughter? Satan is different. Satan is a feminine energy whenever y'all get through. But she can change though, you know what I'm saying? Because just like women can, y'all be like, ooh, you're like a man. People get scared. No, because we can interchange. Men are us inside out. They're us inside out. That's why the tip of a man's penis looks like a cervix. So, we are one when it comes to that. But now the children are fighting. Let's get through this, you guys. The story of life, the stories of the birds and the bees. Oh, goodness. So, he tells me that. But on the other hand, Shiva tells me that he's my father. And then, now Jesus always says, I'm your brother. So Jesus always comes through as a brotherly spirit. There's another deity that says he's my father, Papa Legba. So, and so Belial is like, and he's so bizarre and weird a lot of times. What I didn't like was What I didn't like was the violation of children. When I think about it, I was violated as a child. I've always grew up knowing that at the age of 5 years old, where's my hymen? I never had. It's like, where is it? So I'm going deep. Where the fuck is my hymen? I know that it's been there before. There's people that say that you can be born without one because the first time I had sex with my boyfriend when I was very young, it didn't hurt. You know, sex has never been painful for me, so maybe I'm not supposed to have one. And so, being that, I remember one time my grandmother, she asked me, she said, why did you want to have sex? And I told her it was because I was horny. And my grandmother was taken back. So it's very deep, you guys. And so sex within itself is not bad. But I've been violated by demons before, and I always knew it. And I did not want those same demons violating my daughters, because I felt like, for us, and for many, 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 many bloodlines, you're connected to these demons, so you can't. The world is really not your oyster, because you constantly have this entity that wants to
fry the fries.
Is that enough? You might want to bake the fries. Bake them, and then just. Did you get some shredded cheese? You put some shredded cheese on top. You didn't get no shredded cheese.
I got the slices.
Well, you can if you can spray some of that Pam on top, or either drizzle that oil on. Put it in the oven and drizzle that oil on top.
No, Tom.
It'll cook perfectly. Just add a little bit of extra oil to it, or put some margarine on top of it. Who do I think touched me when I was 5? I don't. To be honest with you, I have been getting. To be honest with you, it was probably so long ago I don't remember. I don't remember that. That's who they right when they say you don't really remember. You remember, and you may feel some type of way about it, but I refuse to allow it to dictate how I feel about sex, because I love sex. I'm not gonna go and violate my children because of that, though. You know what I'm saying? But I guess you could say that I violated other people. But these people are grown, but they're still like children in a lot of ways. But you know why it's like that? Because I'm gonna be honest with you, I'm old as fuck. I'm old as sin. Let's put it like that. I'm old as fuck. I'm the epitome of an old lady. I'm the mother, the maiden, and the fucking crone. Your wife sleeps with other men. I don't like it, but she does it anyway. Wow. She might have a tie with that demon. As I've sat back and watched Belial sit back and watch me have sex with other people. With men that I've been in love with, he'll sit back and watch us have sex, and he'll just, you know what I'm saying? No, I'm old when it comes to spiritually old. I'm probably just as old as the universe is how I feel, but a lot of people wouldn't, you see what I'm saying? I'm not talking about old in like this lifetime years, but as far as like my spiritual energy is very old. So I take that as a compliment when people say shit like that, when they say, "Oh, you old." Oh, well, thank you. Well, thank you. And I'm just telling y'all, and so That's why I'm so hard on Belial, and I'm not gonna do that no more. Because just like I have to remember that the God of the Bible is somebody's deity. I ain't scared of your fucking deity, but that's your deity. The fuck I gotta be scared of it for? So there's that, what Christians consider demonic energy, but that's like a no-brainer. Like, you come up to me with a hatchet, I'm gonna fucking defend myself. I'm not a goddamn eunuch. I'm not gonna sit up here and die and lay myself down for you. So that within itself, that attitude can be demonized within religion. So I can see why a lot of people, especially if your family for generations has been affected by religion, and you like, fuck that, I'm about to invoke Belial, which is raw fucking energy. Like, I understand why people invoke Belial. But y'all got to understand that I have more of a romanticized history with him. Not that I got to do no explaining, but I just, and yeah, he's done some despicable fucking things. He's done some despicable fucking things that many of you will not heal from until the next lifetime. Y'all ain't gonna heal from that shit from the next lifetime until you can be born. He's killed a lot of y'all lovers. He's locked them away, even some of y'all. He's tucked them away. He's kept them away, like all of them. And I know this for a fact. He lies so much. So, but yeah, he will do certain stuff for you. He's even came in. I don't want to give him credit for the little that he does because he's done so much to work against me. Because I'm not going to let that motherfucker hurt my children. And so he'll come and lie and try to pervert how you feel and say, oh, well, that's because you're just jealous of your children. What the fuck what the fuck? Why would, looking back at the woman that I am, knowing what you put me throughout the fucking centuries and lifetimes, why the fuck would I be jealous of my children for going through that shit? And then he always goes back to the sex. But I've had better sex with angels, but I was so disconnected. So Belial will try to come up in angelic form with wings and shit. That motherfucker is he can manifest himself, but he's a very, very, very dark fucking angel. He's really, really fucking dark. He's like, that's as dark as you can fucking get. That motherfucker is evil. And I know that for a fact because, like I said, in a few lifetimes I've been his wife. So throughout the lifetimes, though, I've worked off the karma by being good to people. I would spend a couple of lifetimes being good to people. And so he wants me to manifest myself in the next lifetime, which would, oh my God, when I look at this world that he's created, for me to be queen, like queen of, it's like, I ain't about to do that shit. But he wants me to manifest in another lifetime as as evil. He's like, you've been good long enough, but being good feels good. Because have I felt guilty in some of those lifetimes for some of the evil shit that I was doing? No, I didn't. I didn't feel guilty, but that was because I was under that set of values and principles. I could do whatever the fuck I wanted to do because that's what we felt we could feed off of and take and take and take as much as goddamn possible. Okay? We are not only dealing with, we had to go back to the lifetimes where we were our most powerful in order to survive. all of us as a collective. And so some of the things that you're taking from your past life, some are good, some are bad. Okay? So, these were lifetimes ago. And so all of a sudden, I began to get persecuted. Now, I've never been a fucking pedophile, never in any of my lifetimes. But, I began to get persecuted and didn't really fucking understand why I was persecuted. And then I realized, I said, well, goddamn, I said, my previous life is something that was, many, many eons ago is coming back to haunt me. And so are the demons and the spirits and the energy from that. But again, and so when it comes to Christmas, this is the reason why I love Christmas, is because Santa Claus is Satan. Santa Claus is Lucifer. That's why I like Christmas. It's not that I don't even, I mean, fuck, if you're on this earth, you know what I'm saying? But my Satanism, because a lot of people say, yeah, I'm satanic, I'm under that category. I am not sitting here being a sheep, being led to slaughter, and I've never done it in any motherfucking lifetime. So they're gonna automatically demonize me and what I stand for, which is liberation. Because the God of the Bible is very fucking evil. Very evil. Wants to control you. Showed up on this planet around the time frame, not even too long ago. That's why in the Bible it says that the earth is only a couple of thousand years old, and that's not fucking true. Earth has always been here. I do believe in the theory of Einstein, but I do believe that certain planets are older than Earth. So this goes back many. I'm seeing 1717. Earlier today, I went to the store, and I'm not kidding you. The amount of what I paid for was 666. I don't get scared of that number because 666 is return. It's return. It's getting back. So there's nothing wrong with that. But then you got these other entities. So you are dealing, a lot of people are dealing with their past life. And so, for me, in every lifetime, I have been in the company of fighting this demon, especially in the last probably 200,000 lifetimes, because I just don't want that motherfucker to have what he wants to have. That's just all it is to it. And to be honest with you, it doesn't have anything to do with Father Pan. Father Pan has nothing to do with that. They just found us. Earth was supposed to be a reality where we could escape from that. Earth was created as a paradise to escape that shit. We actually created it. But it was so goddamn long ago, you don't even remember. I remember. I don't forget shit. I'm a Cancer. So it doesn't surprise me that I manifested myself as a Cancer, but I've also manifested myself as a Leo, as a Taurus, as a Gemini. Have I came back as a god and possessed little babies that were born when they were born and reincarnated myself? Is reincarnation actually spiritual possession? Things that make you think. You know what I'm saying? Because we have trees on this earth, but some of these trees are evil. You know how they say, oh, don't cut down the trees. Well, shit, some of these trees have evil spirits in them. So hold on a second, you guys. I'll be right back. Okay, guys, I'm back.
No, I.
But see, that's just one God. The God of the Bible is just one God. That I'm keeping it real with y'all, man. The God of the Bible is just one God. That was one aspect of God. And it was God, but it was also a man. It was a magician that put you under a spell. Because it made deals with these demons, and these demons can take your soul, even if you eat shrimp. So I ain't never been down with that. Hey, yeah, man, it's a lot of catches to that shit. And people be like, I'm Christian. I be like, really? Congratulations. What else? What else do you say? Yeah, soul contract. So I never signed a contract with, well, you know what? Actually, I have, because there was some point, guys. I'm going to flip the camera real quick. There was at one point where I devoted myself to these demons forever. You got to think about forever. Forever transcends your lifetime. So that's why, it's really intense when I have lovers that are like, are you mine forever? It's like, oh my God, he's possessed. He's possessed. But no, you can really feel that way, towards somebody, to where you just want to be with them for the rest of your life or for a long time. Well, I love shrimp. I've always loved the taste of shrimp, and I can't eat it. That's a curse. It's a curse that I can't eat shellfish. It's a curse. It is. I'm telling y'all. So, y'all ever see that? Y'all ever see that movie, The Entity? I remember that woman was being raped by that entity. So it really is very deep. But as far as being a witch, you can manifest the life that you want. But it's a non-reality in this earthly plane. And I feel very protected by Mother Earth and Father Pan as far as with my ability to manifest the life that I want. But that demon, especially Belial, has manifested himself in most of my lovers. But you have to really, really already be a bad person. You have to already be demonic, or either indoctrinated or something, or sold, in order to do that. But he always tells me, he says, well, your husband, the person that you meant to be with, I killed him. He'll tell me that. He'll say he's dead. You can't be with that person. So it's really sad. It just really bothers me. But I know that that's not true. And so this is the reason why we're already celebrating Christmas. Like a lot of people, hell, they talking about Easter now. Easter, first of all, the pagans celebrated Easter in many different ways. And I can tell you that probably in some traditions, people did do weird things that were incestuous. Yes, they did. Even the ancient Egyptian gods did incestuous shit. They did. Um, But hell, according to the law of nature, we're all connected anyway, but it's still kind of like this thing to where it's, so no. The way that we celebrate Easter, is going to be honoring Mother Earth and communing with nature, because that's really all we have. That's why Georgia is so wonderful. Over in New York, over in even where I'm from, which is Kansas City, Missouri, over in the Midwest, there's trees and shit, but over here in Georgia, like I can go walk down the street and it'd be just a forest. I can run into a forest by walking down the street. So that's the reason why, hell, I will always be here. And that's why I came to Georgia, right around the time when I had my spiritual awakening. That was when I moved to Georgia. So, but at this point, what I want to do is, I'm going to be honest with you. It's all about fertility. I have been having baby fever. Okay. So I am going to have 2 more children. They are going to be twins. Think about naming one of them Mona. I ain't thought of the other one. And it has to happen. It's already been prophesized for me to have twins. Okay. And so, right now it's a very fertile time. And so outside of all of this, do a lot of demons want to kill people? Not necessarily, because demons, hell, they can't have fun with you if you dead. But it does feel really, really overwhelmingly scary to a lot of people. And Belial is one that triggers me a lot because of my history with that particular demon. But I've had more history with other divine masculines. I have an even deeper history with other males. So he's not the only one. And he wants to be the only one. It's so weird. He wants you to be a whore, but he wants to be the only one. So it's just so weird. And so this is the reason why, if you're a witch, you're going to be contacted by that particular entity. You know what I'm saying? And so, I didn't say that I was more special than you. And no, I didn't say that, but we all have this connection with this dark energy that's like, But as far as with my sexuality, I remember many eons ago, many lifetimes ago, making love to my husband, who was not evil. He was a very kind person. And there was nothing else but nature and these little huts and houses that they built, in case because it rained a lot. Used to rain a lot. Earth used to be filled with rain. It used to rain a lot in Earth. In fact, I think it's going to be a day where it's going to rain all over the Earth. It's going to rain everywhere. People going to be, there's some people that are going to take it, oh my God, it's the end of the world, my life. What am I going to do? But, a lot of people like me are going to be like, oh shit, it's a miracle happening. So y'all remind me of when the last time it literally rained all over the goddamn Earth. It does that sometimes. Good night, Janice. You going to bed, baby? Or you gonna go eat? Girl, I'm about to go eat too. I gotta go. The food is cooking and I gotta go. So, yeah, I definitely need to eat. I'm starting to snarkle. That means I'm hungry. And I know, right? Yeah, I got to bring it down because the vibes are really, really, really high right now. We're going to drop it down to a delta for real. We got to go with the delta waves. So, when they say the gods have returned, that means that we are traveling. That means that we've sort of, for somebody to return means that you have to go back to, when you return to something, when you go back to something. But what I will tell you is that many of those things, don't have a place in this time frame because there is an evolution that is happening. Okay, and so pretty soon they're going to be building certain devices that will protect you from a lot of negative energies. Eventually we'll get a rest break from it, because I would love to have a rest or a break from my past life, but it's been very interesting. It's been a wild ride. It really has, you know what I'm saying? But it's kind of like we are progressing forward. Okay. Bye, anti-ADOS guy. You can see me having 5 more kids. Oh, goodness. Who's going to take care of those children? Who's going to breastfeed all those children? Yeah, always in motion. Exactly. So, anyway, guys, I think I've said that all that I have to say today. So, I kind of, because I could tell that there was some people that were really upset. And, like, I will tell you that if, especially with a lot of the stuff that you have seen me go through, that was a part of my initiation. So I got initiated and learned a lot. So if you do have to have a journey with that particular entity, I can help you. Because, but I do feel like, why don't you just go? Like, but to be honest with you, even if those particular demons just went back to the time that they existed, then they would essentially be attacking you back in the day, because we exist in the current, past, and the future at all times. And many of y'all that watch me, you guys do that. You guys really do that, especially if you've had a past life. You are picking up on that, and it's at different times. It's at different times. It's just something new pops up, and it's just like, what the fuck? And it can be very overwhelming and scary. That, it was interesting because there was a time when I used to get that swooshing in my ears, and I get it every now and then. But many of you are going through what I went through like 10 years ago. When I went to the bathroom earlier today, all I could hear was Earth's frequency. It was like, you know what I'm saying? It was just like a, and then and then when I peed, it was just like, it's, so when you think about, your bodily functions are even connected to the earth and connected to the energies around you, which is why there's a lot of people that, they don't really want to be around negative people. Like tonight, I'm going to go in here and watch Home Alone. I fuck around, put up my Christmas tree tonight. Now, Santa Claus, okay, in the North Pole. It really is very interesting that Santa Claus is actually a deity. Y'all ain't realize that Santa Claus was a deity. A lot of people say that Santa is Satan, because Santa is an anagram of Satan, right? So yeah, but there's a lot of people that are just like, oh, Satan. It's like, why now the devil, that's just probably knowledge, but then again, it's also the evil. But when it comes to Satanism and Lucifer is knowledge of self. Lucifer is hidden knowledge. So Lucifer, in my opinion, the way I see Lucifer is as a woman, which is why I work with Lilith and Hecate. Okay, Hecate is the embodiment of Lucifer, and to be honest with you. So, so because what I and so if I'm just saying this, my personal relationship with that particular deity is not good. Do I think that that deity will ever let me go and settle our differences? Probably not. He's probably gonna try to rape me until the day that I go into another lifetime. Because that deity has raped me before. Lots of times. But he's done a lot. He has. He's done a lot that has been very painful. I'm seeing 1919. Now I see 1919. Isn't that interesting? Which reduces to the number 2. Yep, that reduces to the number 2. Interesting. Belial and Satan are not the same people. Just to let y'all know. 2 different things. Okay? Satan or Lucifer is more of a deity. Belial is a demon. So there's a difference. Okay? And, so that's just what it is with that. At the end of the day, don't be a hypocrite. We don't like your kind around here if you're a hypocrite. Because, Christians, okay, just admit it, you're a witch and maybe we can all get along. Maybe. Y'all, I told y'all I told y'all that NASA was getting ready to explore space. So I told their little secret and then they had to come out with it because I could sense that they were doing that. It's a certain energy that comes in. And you know what? When Belial comes in, that's why I played that song, When You Came In, the Air Went Out. Whenever that name is invoked, it just feels like I'm breathing hollow. my breathing gets hollow and so it's so interesting. You know what I'm saying? It really is very, very interesting. But I'm not afraid. Okay, I'm not trying to make you afraid of that deity. But so maybe I was letting my personal shit come in because a lot of people's like, hey, don't let your personal shit with this deity fuck up my goddamn spiritual journey, Jamila, you bitch. So it's a few people. It was a few people that lit black candles on me. I was like, thank you, thank you, thank you for the curses. Appreciate that. But I will tell you that I bet you he probably punished you because he thinks of me as his wife. So that deity thinks that he loves me. He's like, I love her. That, it's weird. And if you say, but you did so and so and so, look, I love her. But you did so and so. No, I love her. So he, but anyway, that's what's up with that. And that's one of the reasons why I protect all my babies from him too. I'll be like, get the fuck away from my children, get you fucking pervert. Be like, light me up more. Yes, baby, I want to feel the burn. Lucifer is the son of the morning. Yes, he is. Yes. So, but I still, to me, Lucifer, the energy of Lucifer is female. It's so the energy of the sun is. So listen, it's all about your perspective. Okay, it's all about your perspective in this situation. Then I'm just gonna keep it real with y'all. Like, it's so much shit coming in right now. Like, y'all talking about, like, y'all need to look way back at like look way back, and then even in between, because it's they're all here. And some of us feel that we have to either become possessed by them or something else. You don't, because you're the God. You know what I'm saying? So you're the God energy, to be honest with you. But to uncover that, it can be a really painful process. When you think about that process, it's almost like in the Matrix when Morpheus woke up Leo, but it's a lot deeper than that. Like when he first used his eyes, he said, "Oh my God, my eyes are burning, my eyes are hurting." He said, "Well, that's because you've never used them." So, it can be very painful and it can cause aches and pains and shit, but you're not fucking dying. Some of y'all do have to go to other realities. People that die, they do go to other realities, but they're still considered to be ancestors, and they do visit us because they're trying to teach us some shit too. Because I'm about to tell y'all the goddamn truth, all this damn human suffering. We need to cut this down. Hell. And my ex-husband is a demon, and I feel that we need to fucking, because, Belial is my ex-husband. Like, he was real fucked up looking, had like he was fucked up looking. He did not look like a man. Okay, and I would make love to this demonic fucking entity. And I thought, and for me, I just saw the beauty in everything. And the reason why he holds on to me is because I have been so accepting of him throughout the lifetimes. But he does actually look like how they show him. Red and with these barnacles coming out of him and shit. But he has a really, I don't want to say that he has a large penis. Like, he more so he can shapeshift. So he's good in bed. He's good in bed. But there's been other gods that have been good in bed too. And I told him, I said, well, I've been with many gods. And he's like, but I'm the only one. And I'm like, you are fucking crazy. And so, and so really the demon or the devil is your mind, kind of like, okay, let's go to that movie with Angela Bassett. That's my baby. I love Angela Bassett. I love her so much. And so a lot of people hate actresses and people that are celebrities, but you got to understand who they are and what they represent. But she was in a movie with Eddie Murphy. And so Eddie Murphy was like obsessed with her because he was like a vampire and he wanted her. And so he found her. And so it's kind of the same thing. You know what I'm saying? And so, yeah. Because I do have a lot of Belial's, a lot of demonic power. I have a lot of, but see, demons have a tendency to destroy themselves with their powers. See, with me, I don't have that weakness. I know how to control it. So, yeah, throughout the years, I have had demonic powers. And so, yeah, if you want to consider it, if you want to consider what Hecate gives to me demonic, then get the fine, goddammit. That's why I'm going to be over here partying with the Jews and shit. They know how to party. Okay? I've never been invited to a bar mitzvah, but eventually I will be. Yeah, Vampire of Brooklyn. That was a really, really good movie. But it just kind of shows how, some of us women do have that connection with, our past lives and stuff. And we do have, because I come with a deep, deep, deep demonic fucking, I come with a deep, deep, deep demonic barrier. You got to get through the motherfucking fire, as Shaka Khan said, through the fire. So, and these demons will tell me ain't none of these men motherfucking worthy because they don't want to go through the fire. And I'm like, well, it will be somebody that'll go through the fire. Okay. Through the fire. Ooh, my headphones are charged up too. I'm about to listen to that song by Shaka Khan. I love Shaka Khan. That's my girl. Okay. She is the queen. Yeah, see, y'all about to make me go in there and watch that one movie. Oh, y'all want to watch that one movie where the girl gets taken out of the fairy tale and sent to New York? Y'all know what movie I'm talking about. What's the name of that movie? It's the new one where it's partially animated, but it's partially kind of in real life and like it's got Susan Sarandon in it. I think I want to watch that. We gotta watch something for the kids. You know, the kids need to. They got to watch those things. Please do show your kids fairy tales. Yes, your children will be have. They will be wise if you let your kids look at fairy tales. What's the name of that movie, y'all? With the lady, the blonde hair lady, and she's like taken out of the animation. And it's a newer movie. And they take her out of the animation, and then she goes to New York, and then she meets her prince, and Prince Charming is looking for her, but come to find out he's supposed to be with somebody else, and then she's supposed to be. That movie that's such a good movie. That's something for us to learn from, you know. But no, it's not Vampire in Brooklyn. You said Vampire in Brooklyn. No, I was talking about Vampire in Brooklyn earlier. This got white people in it. But it's got black people in it too, because it's a couple in there that, you know, they was ready to kill each other, but then they made up. What is the name of that movie, y'all? It's one of those and my kids ain't answering. Normally they answer. I gotta go, y'all, because is the food done? Yeah. Okay, so I gotta go, guys. I love you guys, but it's time for me to eat. Because I'm hungry as hell. So anyway, y'all, have a wonderful day. I hope that, you know, you guys enjoyed this time with High Priestess Jamila. And that's just it. Love and light and lavender. Love, light, and lavender. Oh my God. That tea recipe that I did, that potion. I want to do that potion every night. It just make you feel so good. That tea that I showed y'all, the one I did last night. Oh my God, all of the symptoms of allergies and stuff just went away. It was so amazing. I just got so relaxed. I went off into a sleepscape that was just amazing. I got the best sleep ever. I didn't even want to get up. I was just sleeping. Okay. Give me some sex. Y'all, it's so terrible, you know, it is. It's so terrible. I've been thinking about looking at the cards and saying, when is my physical lover coming in? Did you see that I did? Oh my God, try it. Like I swear to, man, in spirit, no, I ain't lying. My back was hurting. My head was hurting. And I just kind of felt like, I don't know, like I was coming down with something. I drank that tea. I felt so good afterwards. It was amazing. And you don't have to have it too strong either. If you're having an anxiety attack, you may want to double the recipe that I showed y'all though. Okay? Anyway, say bye-bye, baby. She went in the other room. I'll see y'all later.